Hi there. So I get asked an awful lot, how did you do it? How did you recover? How did you battle through your eating disorder and come out on the other side? And truth is, the journey back from an eating disorder is so individual that, while I could write a complete manual of how I did it, it's not going to be entirely relatable to everybody else. But there are still some pertinent things that you can take from anybody else's experiences, and that's why our befriending is really important and why we think that program is so useful to somebody who's struggling. But I did just think I would mention a few things today which looking back, I really wish I'd done earlier on and became vital for me in my recovery journey. And this might be useful for you to hear, but also for anybody who's a parent or a partner who thinks, okay, that's where I can kind of contribute to their recovery more successfully. So one of those things is get the hell out of the kitchen. I felt I really needed to maintain control over what food was served to me, what was being cooked for the entire family, never mind just for myself. And I really wanted to sort of maintain a level of ownership and obsessive control over everyone. What I recognise is it was never my control, it was my eating disorder pulling at me with the puppet strings and making me run around that kitchen and doing things in the disordered way that I felt I needed to do. I wish I'd given in to that more quickly. The idea of initially kind of giving the reins over to my parents and latterly to my partner were just really, really challenging. But God, I wished I'd done that so much longer, so much quicker, and really given into that and dealt with how uncomfortable it would have been to just sit on the sofa with my hands on, under my backside and just said, no, sit still and just let that person serve you food. If you're a parent, however much somebody is saying to you, oh no, but I need to still cook for myself and I will cook for the family, I would really urge you, however difficult it is and how much conflict that's going to bring up, please try and maintain the ownership back in the kitchen and really get some responsibility and duty over the food and take that away, because you're not taking it away from the person you love, you're taking it away from the eating disorder, at least in the early stages of recovery where that person's brain just isn't in the right place to make the sensible decisions. So that's something I certainly wish I'd done. For me, it's anything that would have been symptom interrupters. So the other things were about, I hated the idea of somebody taking away my trainers and, my access to be able to go out for a run. But actually, when somebody did do that for me at a point and said for a month, you can't put your trainers on and go out for a run, it was the best thing somebody could do, because actually you form new habits, you break your patterns. It needed to be something that, had to happen for me. And I wish I'd given into that earlier. I wish that, I really had allowed people to say to me how awful I was with my eating disorder. Instead, I said no one was allowed to say anything kind of negative about what damage it was doing to me, to the family, or to my relationships. But I wish I'd heard it soon. I wish that people hadn't felt the need to hide how much harm and hurt it was doing to my partner, my parents. I wish I'd listened to that earlier on, because it would have been another motivation tool. So there are just a few things that I think I really wished I'd heard earlier on. So I'd just, be really interested to know whether any of that resonates for you. Take care.